Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in the German premium tier 8 light tank, the M41 90mm. So this tank is currently on contract, and just before obviously we go into the video, what I'll do is I'll just run through the stats quickly. And looking at those stats, we can see here you've got penetration value of 182 on your standard with 250 on your heat rounds, but you've also got 102mm on your het rounds. Maximum top speed 72.4 km per hour with 24 backwards. So you do 240 alpha on your damage, 410 meter view range, and around 330 steel concealment. On your sort of bonuses, you got 140% silver earn rate, which isn't too bad. 110% free XP. We'll briefly look at the armor, and you can see there's not really anything to look at, to be fair. It's just standard light tank armor. Absolutely nothing. If you get hit at the back end, you are going to get absolutely punished, particularly if it's with HE, so something to bear in mind. And you can see the fuel tanks and that engine are at the rear now. Something to sort of bear in mind, that this tank gets set on fire quite a lot, so something to bear in mind. You can see the ammo rack is sort of quite at the front and the left hand side of the tank. Something else to sort of bear in mind as well. See the equipment setup, we run optics, caminet and vert stabs. Just the gun can be a bit derpy, and you can see on our perks we're on Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Snapshot and Muffled Shot. So sort of mixture of camouflage perks, but also keep it, a lot of the gun perks as well, because like I say, this gun can be quite derpy. Shell velocity is not great on either. You're sort of rough, I think from memory, sort of roughly around 700-800 meters per second, which is not particularly great, which again makes it feel even more derpy. Reload time I've got down to about 5.1 seconds, I think, if I remember sort of looking at that. So not too bad on the reload. I like to say the alpha's okay. It's not too bad. It's about average, to be fair. But like I say, you've got good penetration on those het rounds. So where you can make that count on sort of your soft, squishy TDs and artillery, then by all means load up the HE rounds. I should probably carry a few more, to be fair. I only carry 2, predominantly carry sort of the AP and a lot of heat rounds as well. So yeah, so first replay, we are here on Alamein. So we've come to the middle position with probably on, probably safer spotting this is the not so great spot, and the other side is better, I think, because our tanks are obviously crossing out in the open, so they're going to get chances of getting some cross shots or getting better assist is probably more likely. You can see there we're trying to get a shot on the Hawk 12, but we're not really leading the shot well enough to make that hit. Like I say, this is something you have got to bear in mind with this tank, is slow shell velocity. You do need to lead your shots. So yeah, that's probably one of the downsides on it. Like I say, the other downside as well is the tank gets set on fire a hell of a lot, and I mean a hell of a lot. Now, maybe you could potentially, look, in my honest opinion, there's very few tanks I run fire extinguisher or what's the equipment set? I can't remember now, but enhanced fuel tanks and all that sort of stuff. I don't see any sort of real need to run those, because for me, it's a 50-50 chance, isn't it? Yes, okay, you could sort of weigh up the potentials a lot more. I don't know. I think this has got 20% internal fire chance as well, so equally that doesn't go in its favour. But like I say, you could run some sort of fire extinguisher perks maybe, Maybe you could drop silent driving for one of the fire extinguisher perks. It's preference really. For me, I just think you're gonna get more use out of your camo perks and stuff like that than your fire extinguisher. But there's nothing to say that there's a right or wrong way of doing it. You know, I'm certainly not going to criticise anybody that decided to drop one of the camo perks for fire extinguisher perk, or equally if you wanted to drop sort of health kit, your med kit for a fire extinguisher, or drop your food for a fire extinguisher. Again, I wouldn't overly criticise. I'd probably say I think you're possibly hindering yourself a little bit more by dropping your food. If anything, I would probably drop your med kit for a fire extinguisher if I was going to do that option, just because again your med kit is quite 50-50. Out of your repair kit, your med kit and your food, for me the med kit is the least, is the one I least like to use in most games. I'm always using my repair kit for one thing or another, but my med kit, it's less likely used in games, to be honest. And again, it's just one of those where you've got to be cautious and make sure you don't get hit by sort of the HE tanks, because that's where your health kits are going to go when you get sort of hit by Hesh and stuff like that. So that's, like I say, that's the other downside. Mobility is not too bad on this. One thing, sort of downside I would say as well for this tank is it's obviously standard bulldog size. It's quite high profile, so your 330 steel concealment, it's not great for a light tank, to be honest. I mean, I'm sort of YOLOing around at this point. I'm sort of being a bit passive aggressive, I guess, probably more passive. But I play sort of the bulldog variants of quite a lot like the medium tank. You're playing a bit more support than sort of like an active spotter. I don't think you can really properly play the passive spotter role. You can sort of get away with playing the active spotting role, but again, there's situations where you need to be careful. Maps like Prop, where you're sort of peaking a ridge line, you're coming up and going along. I think it's one of those where you really need to be careful. You need to sort of be careful on your approach on a ridge line. Particularly when you're sort of going up on a long ridge line like Prop. You need to be careful, and you need to be aware of that high profile, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get hit if you stay up there for too long. So it might be one of those where I would say just sort of playing a bit more sort of a medium tank role is probably going to be more better suited to this bulldog. But there are opportunities where you can play sort of like the active spotter, and you can be a little bit more risky with it, particularly top tier. Like we have done here, I think I've sort of played a bit more of a passive role than anything, but and like I say, playing it more like that medium tank style, as opposed to a sort of a light tank. We've had a good game so far. It's sort of a fairly decent start on El Alamein, and we finished off our 4th kill there, picking up dead on 3.2k damage. So it's not been too bad. So we come sort of top of the board there. I'd say 4 kills, 3.2k damage. I think we only got 332 assists, so we didn't really sort of play the spotting tank that much, to be fair, like normal light tank. We did get the first class, so yeah, like I say, that was, I guess, sort of a good warm-up video to show that just because you're in a light tank doesn't necessarily mean you have to sort of be sort of playing that crazy active aggressive role. Don't get me wrong, you should be sort of at the front, making sure you're keeping your team lit. I'm not saying at all stay back, definitely not. You don't stay back in this tank, but you do have to be a little bit more cautious with this because of its higher profile, in my opinion. So we're on El Halluf, can't even talk. El Halluf. We're on El Halluf, and we're going to come up to sort of the usual light tank position. Now there's about 5 light tanks in this game, so it's going to be a little bit wild here, and this is probably sort of quite a risky play, but I've been quite lucky to sort of be able to try and sort of poke and snap some shots there. Now, snapping shots isn't really something that this tank does well, although I seem to be demonstrating that it can do it. You can, when sort of stuff is in close quarters and sort of driving sort of straight in front of you, it's possible, but long distance, yeah, you're going to be very lucky to snap any shots in. So, but you know, I was chanced it there because I didn't want to sort of hang out and try and aim a shot and then get punished for it again. Just sort of got to play a little bit cautious. We do snap a shot in there nicely into that Italian medium that's sort of crossed there, trying to sneak another shot in, but unfortunately we're sort of battling the map physics and you know, trying to aim at the same time. It's a little bit difficult. So again, El Halluf is one of those maps where it's a bit hit and miss for light tanks. I'd say it's come to sort of this usual position, but it's going to outgrow itself eventually, and we're going to have to sort of think about our next play. So I'm just sort of hanging around, just seeing what, you know, what tanks are where, what tanks are sort of unaccounted for, what's you know, what hit points are on, and I'm just sort of weighing up, you know, my next move basically. I know there's another light tank sort of in front of me that's also full health. Need to bear in mind that guy, he's going to sort of be proxy spotting us as well, because he's sort of playing pretty much the same position, just on the other side. And yeah, I think he's proven to be a little bit of a pain at this point, so I'm kind of hoping that my team can come and we can potentially take out this light tank. I want to get rid of him because again, I sort of want to take away their eyes, take away that threat of vision, because yeah, he's just going to keep us proxy spotted. I mean, there's not much I can really get shots on at the moment. So, but we see this tiger, we're poking. This tiger's just sat completely over peaking that ridge. So I'm not going to hesitate to get a shot into that guy and finish him off for our first kill. We see our friendly light tank is moving in on this tiger shot, so again we're going to sort of take the opportunity to get rid of this tiger shot. We'll try and put some damage in while he's distracted, taking out our spar panzer. Again, it's a bit of a lunatic. We nudge in there, try and slow him down, and we manage to sneak the shot in for our second kill. We're getting aimed here by tank on the other side. We sneak a shot into the back of the King Dragon there, which is quite nice, but we've got to be careful. I think he might well be turning his attention to us, so I think we're going to have to try and get out there. Oh, he's running away. Our friendly TVP sort of comes up as well, so we've got a bit of backup here. The Caro is getting pushed by tanks on the hill, so he's having to sort of reverse up, but that gives us an opportunity to get at least 2 shots. I'm going to try and see if we can finish him off, and we do there, picking up our 3rd kill of the game. There's only 5 tanks left, and you know, there's 3 or 4 up here that are pretty much penned in. Now I'm going to try and see if I can get another angle, get behind these guys and put some shots in. So I'm coming up here. I know there's a tank destroyer all the way up on G9, so I don't have to worry about getting sort of shot in the back by that guy. Squeeze some shots into the Yag Panther there, who's now turning his attention to us. We sneak another shot into the lower plate. Might be able to get another kill here. Gonna sneak the shot in there. We do take one in return, but not fast, because we've got plenty of hit points to trade, and yeah, there's not many tanks left, so I'm not too fast about taking that hit. Sneaking some shots into the IS-3 now, who is starting to push into tanks. However, he does look at us, and we do bounce there, and we take a hefty shot there, but again, not overly fast. We load the heat, and we manage to put the heat through his upper plate, no problem there, picking up our 5th kill of the game. Then I don't know if we hit the King Dragon or not. I think he got took out just before our shot landed, which is a bit unfortunate. We could have got a Top Gun there. Yeah, we have managed to clear this side out now. It is looking pretty much like a done deal for this game. We've just got this tank destroyer that, like I say, is sitting on the 0 line, and it's pretty much game over. He's going to get taken out quite shortly, and he does, by our friendly light tank. And yeah, we move on for the win. So What did we get then? We come top of the board. We got just over 4k damage. We picked up 5 kills. Just a bit unfortunate we couldn't get the top gun there on that King Dragon, but you know, it is what it is. Pick up 817 assists, picking up the high caliber medal and the first class again. And like I say, it sort of gives you an indication as to, you know, how you can sort of play this tank on maps that aren't particularly light tank friendly. So anyway, we're going to move on to the third and final replay, and we are on Highway, which is an absolute perfect map for light tanks. And yeah, I'm going to sort of, I'm not going to hesitate in moving down to sort of in the field and trying to get the spots. We're platooned up with Kingpin and Mass. I think Mass is running the artillery. Kingpin, I think if I remember right, is running the Wizzy 132. Not too fussed that he's running a light tank either, because like I say, we can play the medium role if needs be, if you know Kingpin was to sort of go spotting. Now Kingpin does get a kill on that VK, which is good. We're picking up, we picked up a load of assists already, 800 assists. I think we picked up all the assists off of that medium tank that got shut down. But now we've got to deal with this light tank, this tier 6 light tank that's just sort of come sort of full ball out into sort of the middle of the field here. Again, not the greatest of plays, but yeah, he gets taken care of pretty quickly. And yeah, now we're just gonna sort of wait and see. We'd see it's a Rat 105 here, which we do need to be careful of, because that thing can slap quite hard. So ideally I'd like to have that tank taken out. Now I'm letting my team know to sort of cover me. I can sort of see there's quite a few tanks at the back there, so I'm going to move in. I think Kingpin is spotting these guys up, but we're going to sort of go in and see if we can light a bit further at the back there. We sneak a shot into that IKB. We also light up artillery there. I'm going to try and see if I can get a shot into artillery. I do. However, the IKB has decided that he wants to try and chase me, but he gets taken out by a T29 that's covering. But like I say, we can do this, not a problem, because we know we've got the tanks covering. We are getting targeted by artillery there, and we just missed an RT shell, which we're quite lucky. We've only picked up 1200 assist here, but I'm hoping that we can sort of wrap this damage up. We sneak a shot into the Hummel there. We've swapped to the HEP rounds, because we know we can penetrate that guy with the HEP rounds. I'm hoping that we can get the opportunity to poke up and squeeze a shot in, but we were getting targeted and I didn't want to run the risk, so I've decided to just pull back down. But we've still got the HE loaded here. Unfortunately, Ash gets taken out by the Rat 105. We do sneak one of the HEP rounds into the artillery there for 305 damage, which is quite a nice roll. We swap back to the AP. And we've managed to take out the second RT. And there we go, we get hit by I think the Rat 105 ourselves, and we get set on fire, which damaged quite a few modules, including our fuel tank. So we fixed that. A bit unfortunate really, didn't want that to happen, because we've gone from 1,100 hit points to 330. So that's the problem with this tank, is it gets set on fire, and with before you know it, you've lost pretty much all your hit points just to a fire. But like I say, that's a gamble. We've had 3 videos, and this is the first time they've been set on fire. So you can see that ratio for yourself there. Like I say, it is something to be careful of, and like I say, those higher alpha tanks, it's more than likely you are going to get set on fire when those guys hit you. But we get a shot into the Rat 105 as a little bit of retribution for him putting a shot into us. We're just going to take our time, and it's going to be a little bit wild. We're certainly going to go sort of YOLOing over. We sneak a shot into that T77 that was running away there for our 3rd kill of the game. The Rat 105 seems to be distracted, so we've poked a shot into him while he's distracted. I'm hoping I can get another shot in here. He's now on a 1 hit, and there we go. Swift retribution for that fire there, picking up our 4th kill. Again, there's only 3 tanks left. It's been quite a quick game. and I'm coming around here to try and see if we can get a shot into his Yo Panther, which we do, only putting him on 2 hit points. He's just fired. I'm going to try and see if I can perhaps sneak up, but unfortunately that Brombar was in the way of us. I think the Brombar has fired, but we do manage to sneak a shot into that Yo Panther for our 5th kill there, which was quite nice. It was a slim opportunity, but we took it all the same. Loading the heat now because I think, I can't remember what is left. Is it a T-28? I think it's sort of a heavily armoured tank destroyer. Yeah, it's the TS5, and yeah, I don't think so. Hence why I loaded the heat, so I can make sure I can go through these guys. Now I'm running around onto the Oni, gonna try and sneak up unsuspected. Now we make a massive faux pas here, and we just stop right in front of the TS5, which we didn't realise was there. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake on my part. I could have probably actually got up to the side of that Oni, and he probably wouldn't have hit me, and probably wouldn't have been able to get his gun down. Equally, we could have just sort of done a pass through, and yeah, it's what it is though. Unfortunately, we mistakes happen, and yeah, but we get the win in the end anyway. And we come out again top of the board there, picking up 5 kills, 2.7k damage, 2,000 assists, and again picking up the first class medal. Credit to Mass as well, sort of putting in a fair bit of damage in the artillery there, giving us the support. So yeah, kudos to him. But anyway guys, that is it for the video. So yeah, the M41 90mm, I mean, it's on contracts at the moment. You've got just over a month left, I think, or just under a month left to go. It's not a bad light tank, but there's definitely better. It's not amazing, but you know, it's contract, so it's not going to cost you anything to do. So yeah, there you go. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did, as it does help the channel, and as always, I will catch you next time.